This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It's so great to have you joining me here in these online lessons. It's a Technique Tuesday, and in this Technique Tidbit lesson, we're going to work on a new type of scale pattern you can use to get that control, that flexibility, that strength in that left hand, the control between the right and left hands as you're working with the picking hand as well. And also, we're going to practice it within a major scale form that's so common, like we do in a lot of these, just that most commonly used 2-octave major scale form with a couple extra notes. But you could apply this to any mode, and working on these types of things within any scale mode, any scale form is going to really help you get inside of using that scale mode and scale form. So let's take a look here. Now, I do have the scale written up here on the board. If you've been looking at these lessons, you should be familiar with this one. If you're new to this, then check out this scale. Of course, the Theory Thursday lessons, there are several lessons back to back that walk you through playing the major scale all over the fretboard in the best way possible for most scenarios. But I'm going to play this. I'm going to go ahead and play this in the key of B flat. So I'm going to put that middle finger for this root. The roots have the squares around them there. Find that root. That's the key that we're in. So I'm going to do that in B flat. Middle finger is at that 6th fret on the 6th string. And I've just got my major scale there. Now this time, when I wrote it, I wrote where the actual scale tones are. So root 2 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or root, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root, and we got the 2 on top and the 7 on bottom. So a little bit beyond 2 octaves there. But you want to be comfortable with that scale before you jump into the scale patterns. And in a lot of ways, I consider the ones that we're going to work on today building on the ones that we've been working on over the last several weeks. So if you haven't checked out any of those earlier lessons on doing these scale patterns, you'll want to check that out. So what we're going to do in this lesson is a little different than what we've done in the past. In the past, we've worked on however many steps in one direction or the other, and then we start over on the next pitch going up the scale. But we're going to look at throwing a skip in the middle so we can create different patterns within the scale that help us sort of gain control over a combination of stepwise motion and having skips. So if we start on step 1 or that root and go 1, 2, then we skip by 1/3. That's the smallest skip that we can, so that'd be up to 4, and then change direction. So ascend and then change direction. That's how that would work. And so if I do that, if I follow that same pattern, I can continue through the entire scale. So if I go 1, 2, 4, 3, then I can go 2, 3, 5, 4, then I can go 3, 4, 6, 5, and then 4, 5, 7, 6, and then 5, 6, root 7, and then 6, 7, 2, root 7, root, and then 3, 2, I got the root 2, 4, 3, and then I'm 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 4, and then I'm up to 6, 5, and then 4, 5, and then I got that 7, 6, and then I got the 5, 6, root to 7, 6, 7, 2 to root. And I've gone as high as I can. Now, as I continue back down, I can continue with the same pattern. So where I just did 6, 7, and then 2, root, meaning I can continue down by going 5, 6, root, 7, and then 4, 5, 7, 6, and then 3, 4, 6, 5, and then 2, 3, 5, 4, root, 2, 4, 3, 7, root, 3, 2, 6, 5, and then 2, root, 5, 6, root, 7, 4, 5, 7, 6, 3, 4, 6, 5, 2, 3, 5, 4, root, 2, 4, 3, 7, root, 3, 2, and then I can just end there back on that root. So It's a great way to work through it. I'm just going to play through it once without talking here. So we go ret, ti, an. Just like that. And of course we want to start it as slow as we need to play it accurately and with control, and then just gradually speed up the tempo. That sort of thing will really get us happening inside of whatever scale mode or scale form that we're working on. Now, a couple ways to create a variation. One is that of course we can go and do it in reverse. We could do the 4-3 first and then the 1-2. So if I go 4-3-1-2, 5-4-2-3, 6-5-3-4, 7-6-4-5, root 7-5-6, 2 root 6-7, 3-2-7 root, 4-3 root 2, 5-4-2-3, 6-5-3-4, 7-6-4-5, root 2-5-6, 2 root 6-7. Now we've gone as high as we can, and of course we can continue back down. So we just did where we have that 2 to the root 6-7. So then we can have root to 7, 5 to 6, 7 to 6, 4 to 5, 6 to 5, 3 to 4, 5 to 4, 2 to 3, 4 to 3, root to 2, 3 to 2, 7 to root, 2 to the root, 6 to 7, root to 7, 5 to 6, 7 to 6, 4 to 5, 6 to 5, 3 to 4, and then 5 to 4, 2 to 3, 4 to 3, root to 2, and then 2 to root, 7 to 1, and we can just end right there. So that's a great thing to do, kind of work through it in the opposite direction of what you were just doing here. A couple other things that you could do. So we're jumping by a third. That's probably the most common skip. A major third or a minor third is the most common skip that we'll have in melodies, but sometimes we'll skip to even larger intervals. Of course, the larger the interval gets, the less often that it really happens in a melody, but we see them because those skips are everything. Melodies tend to be a combination of stepwise motion broken up by skips, and of course we have rests in there as well and rhythmic aspects. But melodically speaking, as far as the pitch is concerned, we get lots of stepwise motion that is broken up by well-placed skips. Thirds happen the most often, but then we get fourths, fifths, sixths, sevenths, and we can even go higher with octaves, and then compound-wise with ninths and 11ths, 13ths, that sort of thing, tenths, everything like that. So just as an example here, I've written a few on the board. Instead of jumping by a third, so we went 1, 2, skip to a minor third in that case, but we skip to the third, we could skip to a 4. So I could go 1, 2, 5, 4, 2, 3, 6, 5, and so on, and work my way through. And then of course we can do it in the alternate way that I explained there as well. And then we've got here I could jump root 2, 6, 5, and then I would have 2, 7, 6, and we could go through with that wider skip there. Or you could go ahead, and of course you can do it the alternate way, but you could go through and skip 1, 2, 7, 6, or 1, 2, 8, 7, or 1, 2, 2 root, or 1, 2. And you can even run through them just like that, one at a time, just practicing those higher skips as well, just like I was just demonstrating it without going through the entire scale using that pattern. So these are some great ways to work through scales just with these patterns. Good stuff. Work through it nice and slow. It helps getting those fingers, that coordination. It gets us inside of whatever mode. If we're struggling to play in a mode sometimes or a scale, sometimes it helps to just do some scale patterns within that mode, get the fingers flowing within that mode. So great stuff. In the next Technique Tuesday lesson, we'll look at another scale pattern that sort of builds on this idea. Work through a few of these. So it's going to be great. Of course, we got Theory Thursday with theory lessons coming out on Thursday, fretboard explanations as well, and then we've got Monday, Wednesdays, sometimes Fridays with the jazz course that's running right now, learning to play jazz, which incorporates so many of the advanced techniques that we end up doing on guitar. And on Saturdays, improvisation in that rock, blues, and pop style. So those are the new lessons coming out each week. And of course, there's hundreds, over 900 lessons already on the channel that help with lots and lots of different things. So great stuff. Hope you're having fun. Take care, and we'll see you again. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.